Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OBeeSports Talk Show. I'm your host, Obi. We're going to talk a little Cavs here real quick here. We don't want to take too much time because the Cavs are on right now playing the New York Knicks, and they are cruising. We're also going to give my Super Bowl prediction and maybe try to fit a little more side notes, as LeBron James has gone off for 35 points in this basketball game of right now. Just a little quick thing about the Cavs. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling right now as we're 1-10 straight, looking to make it 11 straight if we could pull this win off today. They've really been playing very well. We're undefeated right now without Mo Williams and Delonte West. But obviously, it's going to be great to have those guys back, and Leon Poe's getting close to coming back as well. So there's really a lot of good things going on for them as they're really cruising along right now. LeBron James doesn't want to play the point guard a whole lot right now, but that means other guys got to step up, like Anthony Parker, Daniel Gibson. And we got to keep fading the big guys. You know, set picks. You know, set picks for each other. Open things up maybe for the big guys a little bit. If you really don't know, if the other guys really don't know how to take the shots or whatever, maybe we should open things up for Varejao, Z, Shaquille O'Neal, J.J. Hickson, whoever else is out there. Now let's get to the thing about, you know, how does a team that has the best record in the NBA only have one All-Star? To me, that's just ridiculous. There's no reason for it whatsoever. It should be like mandatory that you at least get two. We have two guys that deserve it, and then how do you not have two of your guys that are in the top 10 and three-point shooting on the best team not get in? They should get some consideration as well. And J.J. Hickson, honestly, since the starting rotation, should be getting some consideration for the rookie-sophomore game. Why isn't he not playing that game? That is ridiculous. And the other thing that does not make any sense to me, ladies and gentlemen, is who cares who the coaches of last year's All-Star game were? If they have the best records, no matter who has the best records, they should be it. Phil Jackson and Mike Brown should coach the All-Star game. They have the two best coaches. So what? They coached last year. Who cares? That should not mean anything. That's ridiculous for them to have that rule where they can't coach it because they weren't last year. Reward the guys with the best record, straight up. That's the way it should be, and that's the way it needs to start being. It's just ridiculous. There's no excuse for it. I just can't believe that that's the way they want to run things. That's retarded. I'm sorry, but it is. It's retarded. You know, and I'm sorry if I'm going off here a little bit on this, maybe ranting and raving a little bit, but it is. It's ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of that. That does not make any sense. Therefore, it doesn't make any sense. Which didn't make any sense either is what I just said, but who cares? Reward the teams with the best players, with the best record. They deserve to have more guys. They deserve to have their coaches coaching, whatnot. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be that way. It's ridiculous. Now it's my Super Bowl prediction. Adam Baker picked the Colts to win 35-31. I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints will win 38-37 as we get two great quarterbacks going to the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning, the Indianapolis Colts, and Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints. I just think the way New Orleans Saints have played all year long, they've really put a lot of pressure on teams, and they've forced a lot of turnovers. Not to say Indianapolis won't do that, and I think you're going to see very, very good games by both quarterbacks. They're going to put up huge numbers. But I believe, in the end, New Orleans will come out on top 38-37. Yes, that's right. Indianapolis will lose to New Orleans Saints by 1 point, 38-37. You heard it here on the OBeeSports Talk Show. I am going with the New Orleans Saints. They are the underdog, and I am going to pick them to win this game. I just think the way they've been playing, like I said, is just too much for the Indianapolis Colts. It just seems like they're playing so hot, and Indianapolis kind of has cooled off maybe a little bit, but it's still going to be a tough game. It's going to come down to the team that has the ball last. I really believe that. With the Saints getting to the Super Bowl, there is now 4 teams that have never been to a Super Bowl. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, and the Cleveland Browns. Pretty sad that there's only 4 that have never been there. I think the closest team to get to the Super Bowl, all those 4 teams, is Jacksonville. Then probably Houston Texans, And then the Lions and the Browns are like right there. They're probably basically tied for one of the teams will probably get there. It's a toss between those two, in other words. As sad as it is, I think the Browns are probably and Lions are probably real far away. We may never see it in our lifetime, but you never know. I'm sure the Saints fans thought the same way, and I think Arizona might have. There's been plenty of teams that probably thought their teams would never see it, and it happened. Little side note: the Indians made some minor moves. The Mets made some minor moves. There's really not a whole lot of action going on lately in free agency with teams lately, and maybe that's just the money thing. They can't reach agreements with these guys. But time will tell what happens here in the next, as it gets closer and closer to spring training, which starts later this month, about the 25th. And the other thing, last thing I want to say about the Cavs on my side note here is they don't necessarily need to make any moves. I think we should keep what we got. It's been working for us. We got some key guys hurt. I think it's just going to mess with guys, the rotation, if we try to bring some other guys in. And Z, we owe it to this guy to keep him here on this team. Yeah, you may have the chance of getting a buyout for him for 3 days or whatever. But let's not take that gamble. Let's go ahead and keep him here because that's what we all want and that's what you want. I think that if we need to do anything, maybe we go out for another guard or something, a small maybe backup guard or whatever. But I don't think we need to make any dramatic changes to this team. Yes, it would be nice to have Antoine Jameson. Yes, it would be nice to have Andre Iguodala. But I don't think we need to do anything. I think we should just stay pat, be happy with what we got. Thank you for listening. This is the OBeeSports Talk Show.